Wolfskin by Pegg. The wolf had teeth sharp as flints, and eyes red as embers. His fur was ash-grey, and he slid through the forest like a knife. The wolf sang to the moon when it was full. He and his wolf brothers and his wolf sisters snapped at it as it swam in pools of rainwater, and the bites they took from it reduced it to a sliver each month. They dreamed of wind and ice, earth and blood. He and his wolf family, snarling and yelping in their sleep, piled together, fur and tooth, claw and tail. They ran through the night with deer, rabbit, fox and pheasant, singing to their prey. The choir of hunters gnawed, lapped and swallowed bone and blood and flesh. They danced to scarlet roundel in the dark. They were brother and sister, father and child. They were pack. They were one. A human village lay to the east, beyond fields and meadows. The wolf lay in the ferns on the edge of the forest. He watched the humans as they cut rye and loaded it into carts. Humans were bad to eat, and he was not hungry, but still he watched. He knew their taste because his father had caught one once. That winter, the wolf's first, had been cruel. Driven by starvation, his father had snapped up a human from the edge of the village and carried it back to feed his new litter. It was a small, stringy thing that tasted bitter, but it had filled their stomachs, and they slept well that night. The next day, other humans came into the forest with torches and sticks. They yelled and banged drums, and the pack fled before them, flitting grey and unseen through the trees. Then the ground gave way beneath his father. The wolf looked down. His father lay at the bottom of a pit, leg bleeding, bone showing white. "Run," he snarled. "Run away." So the wolf ran and ran with his wolf mother and his wolf brothers and sisters, and left his father and the humans far behind. They returned days later. Around the pit the earth was bloody. The wolf saw his father. For some reason he'd climbed into a young tree. They sat down around him and waited for him to tell them what had happened, but he was silent. His father looked different, stretched out, head hanging down, blood dripped onto bark. Around the bottom of the tree, fragments of meat and bone also smelled of his father. The wind moved him slightly, but nothing else changed. Eventually the pack left, to forget and run and hunt again. But the wolf did not forget. Sometimes he heard his father's voice, grey and thin on the wind. Sometimes he went back to see the skin nailed to the tree. Over the years the tree grew taller and lifted his father into the sky. Now the wolf could only see a thin, shredded thing flutter up high. So he watched the humans, and sometimes thought he might eat another, and sometimes thought that he wanted something else from them. When they were gone, he slunk away into the deep green of the forest.